Good morning, beloveds. Hope you like the mood lighting. I have no power. It flickered about 10 minutes ago, and it kept flickering on and off, on and off, on and off, and then it just went out and stayed out. And I texted one of my friends who lives in the neighborhood. I said, by chance, if you're home, is your power out? And she said, yeah, looks like it's going to be out till noon. And I went, joy, which is, okay, yeah, that's a couple of hours, 2.5 hours. But by noon it's going to be warm. So this is not the best time, but at least now it's early spring. So, and, yeah, so mood lighting, and so if I turn it too much that way, you can't see me, but I had to open the curtain so that I would have enough lighting to do this. So let's see how this goes. Yay! All right, it is March 8th. Our title is Love Lights the Path, which is kind of funny. The first quote is, God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love. And that is 2 Timothy 1:7. The second quote is, love is a cosmic force whose sweep is irresistible. And that is Science of Mind, page 608. A friend shared that she had once had difficulty dealing with the emotions and opinions of others. On the job or off, she was often overwhelmed by negative comments, taking them personally even when they were meant for someone else. Her poor self-esteem rendered her totally ineffective at times, and this condition, together with frequent absences, resulted in her being fired. Then she learned to visualize God's love as a wave of energy flowing to her and through her, going before her and washing away any negative attitude she encountered. In this way, she created a positive, loving mental atmosphere around her. Embodying a feeling of unconditional love changed her perception of events, of others, and of herself. This sense of limitless love going before her allowed her to approach and deal with people in a powerful and positive way. As a result, an abundance of good came into her life. Love is the most powerful of all forces. Nothing can resist it. Love ultimately triumphs when we let it go before us as a light in the darkness of negativity or misunderstanding. I am a powerful, positive wave of good. The limitless flow of infinite love goes before me and protects and attracts unlimited good to me and to those around me. All negative conditions lose their power and are replaced with abundance of positive energy of experiences. I am in harmony with all of life, and that is Marilyn Mooney. Okay, I'm kind of laughing because love lights the path and I have no power, which is fine. Because I can do it anyway. And that's what Marilyn is talking about today. I mention every single day the spiritual practice of doing something loving for yourself, doing something kind for yourself, doing something compassionate for yourself. And the reason that I do that is because it is a spiritual practice of connecting with the source of your being, which is the source of infinite love, infinite compassion, and infinite kindness. If you practice this on yourself every day, you are creating a habit of love. You are creating a habit of kindness. You are creating a habit of compassion. It's what I like to call a default setting. So that no matter what happens, you respond lovingly, kindly, and compassionately. So that when you hear negative comments, that you can let them roll off of you, especially if they're not meant for you. And one of the things that Marilyn's friend, the problem that she was having, and it's one of those things, it's like, yes, we're all one, and yet we are individualized centers of consciousness. So what other people think of us is none of our business. Okay, what? Too often we will take things to heart from other people that really have nothing to do with us. That have absolutely nothing to do with it. And, so we're just like, okay, if we worry too much about what other people think of us, we're going to get weird. We're going to get weird. One of my greatest gifts has been the ability to, and it sounds harsh when I say that, to not care what other people think about me. Like, I can go into work meetings, especially because in corporate environments, meaning when there's more than one employee, when one employee needs to be addressed, but you're trying to be careful and not upset the employee that you need to address, you gather the team together and you say, okay, this is what's going on and this is what's wrong. And so with the ability to check yourself and go, does this apply to me? No. Okay. And let it roll off your back is very healthy. Now, it is about, does this apply to me? Because sometimes, we do things that are not conducive to team environments. And so it is useful to be able to check yourself and go, okay, you know what? Does this apply to me? And if so, change our behavior. And if it doesn't apply to us, to let it roll off of our back, to let the negative comments go, and to understand misplaced and misdirected. Because when people are having bad days, they will come at us and it has nothing to do with us. They are having a bad day. It's what I heard it called, when somebody's kicked their dog. It's like somebody kicked their dog, so they're coming to kick yours because they're upset about it. You didn't kick their dog, but they're just inappropriately taking out their frustration on you. And so it's one of those things where, and so by visualizing, as she did, that wave of love, which is why I talk about practicing the spiritual practice of love, kindness, and compassion every single day. Making that a habit for you will go a long way to helping you deal with that kind of stuff. When you meet people who are just having a rough day, you have a little extra kindness to extend to them. Kindness, compassion. And so then hopefully after an interaction with you, they go away feeling a little bit better. And maybe their next interaction isn't what it could have been because you were kind. And because you are kind with yourself, then you don't take their bad day personally and it doesn't tank your day. We are incredibly social creatures. We're incredibly social creatures. We need each other. I think a little bit of it goes back to that oneness. It's like recognizing that we are not separate entities. We are individualized entities, but not separate entities. So, that love, that when we plug into the infinite source of love, when we let that suffuse our being and flow not just in us, but through us, we can help to make the world a better place. That's why I encourage you to practice on yourself love, kindness, and compassion. As I like to say, you are your own best test subject. But the more you practice, the more likely you are to respond in loving, kind, and compassionate ways to negativity. Now, when you have people who are just negative, they're always negative, you know that. I would say armor yourself against that, but armor yourself with love. I like her idea of, the wave. The wave goes out before you. It's like, okay, I'm going to encounter this person. This person is kind of negative, or maybe a lot negative. And so I'm just going to throw all of that divine love at them the whole time I'm with them, and help. So it will, one, fill me up so that I don't take on their negativity. And two, maybe just a little bit, it'll help to brush a little bit of that negativity off of them. One of the most powerful things that we can do is respond lovingly to unloving behavior. Now, at no time do I ever advocate putting ourselves in danger by loving toxic people. That's one of those things where you love them from a safe distance. All right. So at no time am I advocating go try and love the unlovable. It's not, that's one of those situations where you want to ask yourself, is this mine to do? Now, interacting with them in situations where you have to, I get, but don't necessarily put yourself in danger to do this. Okay. That's where you love them from a distance. The good thing about is spirit, love, kindness, and compassion. It knows no distance. It knows no time. It knows no distance. So you can love all of these people in your life from a distance and go, you know what? There's a Southern phrase, Lord bless you and keep you far away from me. Okay. So I still want the Lord to love you, to bless you, but I'm not going to put myself in reach of your bad behavior. But I work retail. Okay. I mean, I work in a little mom and pop store and I meet people who coming from doctor's office who have just had really bad days. I get it. So I respond to them as lovingly, kindly, and compassionately as I can because I have done my work. All right. So love lights the path. She learned to visualize God's love as a wave of energy flowing to her and through her, going before her and washing away any negative attitude she encountered. In this way, she created a positive, loving mental atmosphere around her. That is the mission. When we connect regularly with the source of our own being, that is what we are creating. We are creating, because what we are is divine channels. We are divine channels for that love to enter into this world. Do your work. That's the mission today. The mission today is to let that divine love flow to us and through us all the time. All the time. And yes, we're going to have those days where we just don't feel it. And that's okay. That is okay. If you're not feeling it, at least don't take your mood out on other people. Buffer it as much as you can. But when we do this kind of work, when we practice this on a regular basis, we create that positive wave. We create a better world for ourselves and the people that we meet. And when you can take the edge off someone by being kind to them in a brief interaction so that maybe their next interaction is kind or at least not rude. I mean, think of the power. Think of the power. It's just incredible. Okay, so you got the mission today. I have already talked at length about the spiritual practice of doing something loving, kind, and compassionate for yourself. Some of my suggestions for that are to take a deep breath before you speak. That's a big one for those brief interactions. Taking a walk, taking a nap, taking care of yourself. I also remind you, because yes, it is absolutely about self-care, but it's also about the making room for joy in your life. That's part of what Marilyn's friend did. She envisioned this positive wave that, took the negativity out. So, she's creating a loving, kind, compassionate, joyful for her. So I remind you, your life is a special occasion. Eat dessert first. Okay? It's both things. So I'm going to move on. I'm not going to talk too much about love, kind, and compassionate because that's what I've talked about the whole time. I am going to remind you, though, to do something to engage your mind and your body. I'm going to encourage you to drink plenty of water today. I'm going to encourage you to get that early in your day bright light. It was nice. I got to wear my sunglasses for the first time in it's been a while, because the sun was up and out and I got a good, dose of sunshine on the bike ride this morning and it was good. Circadian rhythms, especially since we're coming up on the time change, they're going to be super important. So especially when the time changes, go get that early in your day bright light. And if you get up before the sun does, artificial light counts. Although today I don't have any of that. I mean, depending solely on light here. the sunlight, but you can look it up. Circadian rhythms are about a hormone balance. You get that early in your day bright light, resets that hormone balance, that natural hormone rhythm. You'll have more energy during the day. You'll sleep better at night. Okay. Oh, I'm at my quote. Ernest Holmes. Open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time. Okay? Even in the midst of power outs. And that's just it. I could let this power out tank my mood, because it's interfering with me getting ready for work and doing this, but clearly it's not. It's not. I've done my work. So it is what it is. Ooh, I only live about 1.5 miles from work. I wonder if we're going to have power at work. This will be fun today. Yay. Okay. And I'm not upset about it. I'm actually kind of excited about it. That's what I'm talking about. When we open the windows of our soul, we realize that heaven is a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. So we can handle things like power outs while we're getting ready for work and before and during our live stream. We can get through this. It's great. It's great. So, and I remind you, it is a superpower. I mean, I'm practically giddy that I'm doing this with no power. Once you learn how to do this, 1, nobody can take it away from you. And 2, heaven ceases to be a place. It can become any place. And with enough practice, possibly every place. So try it. Try it. All right. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was going to remind you. If in all things Emma Curtis Hopkins advice, look for the good and praise it. That's a great way. Okay. Gratitude will get you to heaven faster than anything else. All right. Love, kindness, compassion, because gratitude is just another word for love. Okay. Moving on. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I am the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. If you want to know what's going on with the center, email info@creativelife.org. We have a cool new feature on our website, which is creativelife.org, by the way, where if you go to the page where it says Sunday Talks, it'll take you right to our playlist on YouTube. So cool stuff. And this previous Sunday, there's a drag between the audio and video that there was nothing I could do about, but here we are. I got it up. So it'll be entertaining to watch, and the message is worth it. So, all right. I think I'm at the part where I encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, hey, we can do this with no power day. Hey, love lights the path day. Hey, channel that love down. It will light your path even in the midst of a power out day. Oh my goodness. It's just so, I don't even know kind of day. Roll with the punches day. Laugh day. A good day. And if that's too much pressure, simply have a day. You're enough just as you are. You are a beloved child of God. You are a divine spark. You are a brilliant light. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. You are a godling in whom God is well pleased and well represented. All right. I am going to go finish getting ready for work. Enjoy this day. Take care of yourself. Oh, Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. Hopefully he's not dealing with power outs. So he'll be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9 a.m. Obviously, power or no power. Let's hope noon gets here. The power comes on before noon. And what was I about to say? Oh, yeah. Okay. So Reverend David, I'll be back with you at 9 a.m. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.